Shame on the people who told you that.
Mhm.
Uh, but it's okay. So here's the deal too. We don't live for other people's approval, right?
Mm.
And one person is not enough to. Why my countdown clock didn't start? Hold on.
I see it a clock going down. Oh, okay. Now I see it. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna let that play and while we talk back here. Um, one person's approval is not enough. Let me see. It says we live on LinkedIn. Let me just check and make sure they can't hear us. One person is not. They can. Hold on. One person is not enough to. Why my countdown clock didn't start? Hold on.
I see it a clock going down. Oh, I see it. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna let that play and while we talk back here. Oh, they still can hear us, so we can't talk back here. One person's approval. What's up, Vincent? It's not enough. Can y'all hear Vincent?
No, I
No.
can't hear him. Say something, Vince.
I don't think he said anything yet.
Oh.
We're just gathering, and they can hear us on the front side. Hey, world. Let me see how I can stop that.
Mm.
You know what? We're gonna go back to front. We're gonna go back here and just we having a conversation. It's okay. So we have 2 minutes before we start, and
I see a ceiling fan.
that's Vince.
Come on, Vince. So, hell, I had to go back to my pathologist here.
Why?
I just kind of like follow up. I went Tuesday, and so she put me back on another 4 weeks of just making sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
Okay. Hey, we all gotta do. Where did you go?
It's in Orland, University of Chicago. She's
Oh,
out of there.
so I used to go to a pathologist on at Saint Xavier over here.
Mm,
I went there a long time ago. She was like, "Please don't come back."
really? That's good. I like mine. Let me tell you why I like mine. She checks on me because she know what I do, what I'm aspiring to do. And so this is why I like her. She is pathologist by day. That's her 9 to 5. But by night, she's a trained opera singer.
Wow.
So she knows the importance of speaking properly to preserve your voice. So that's amazing.
Hey, Madam President, how are you? I thought about
I'm
you.
great.
I thought about you
Am I
before
late?
this call.
Am I
No, no,
late?
no, you're fine. I thought about you before this call. Who helped you set your camera up?
I did.
It's perfect. It's perfect. Actually,
You
you're
have a
not late.
great
It is.
background.
Yeah, it is 7 o'clock. So give me 1 second. Hello, everybody. I don't know where you're watching us from. It could be LinkedIn, it could be Facebook, it could be Instagram, it could be YouTube. We are at another round of the Impromptu Challenge. And the reason why this challenge is so important, well, I don't want to call it a challenge, it puts a bad stigma. But the reason why this is important is because you never know when you'll be called on to speak. And what we found from me training a lot of executives from Fortune 50 companies, it's not the person who's the smartest who gets promoted. It's the person who can communicate what they know the best who often gets promoted. So we're in the midst of our impromptu challenge that we do every Thursday night. And tonight we're going to have a really, really, really good time. Why? Because not only are we doing our impromptu challenge, we do have a surprise speech coming from Jennifer. So tonight we have with us Tonight we have with us, we have Robert, we have Jennifer, we have me and Madam President. See, I'm so cold. She ain't even know that she was gonna give us a little presentation tonight, and I'll set that up later. So tonight we do have 4 people on the line. Probably 3 will be participating. Sophia is unavailable. Angela's out of town. And the other people who said they were coming, they just didn't make it. But we're going to continue as if we have the 10 guests who said they were coming. All right. So, as usual, I think I was able to fix some tweaks that I wasn't able to do on last week. So, as you know, we look at the numbers and you decide which number you want. Now, like last week, there are 2 passes on here. You can pass, but we coming back to you, right? So it's not a pass, whereas you get out of something. Maybe you don't like that question, or maybe that question doesn't sit right with you politically, religiously, parentally. I don't know. But you are able to pass. Here's the bad part about it. There are only 2 passes on here, and they're for you all. So if the passes get used before you get your opportunity, I don't know what to tell you. All right. Now, I want to challenge you not to run away from the difficult topics because you never know what you'll be called to speak on. In my contract, and the Madam President will tell you, there are 2 things that I never talk about. One is religion and one is politics. I don't care who you are. I don't talk about those things. But barring that, there are other things that we might have to talk about. So, who would like to go first? Next week, I'm going to have a wheel. Trying to get a wheel that I could put the participant's name in and then stop, and it's just random. So I'm gonna act like I got that wheel. Okay, who want to go first? Jennifer.
Well, since so
Jennifer, let's get it out the way. Jennifer, what number you want, Jennifer?
Number 4.
no,
I took your number.
No, that's
no, go go ahead.
that's your number. You want number 4?
Let me mute myself.
All right, let's see what number 4 says. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jennifer, here you go. Remember, Jennifer, now you have 60 seconds to read your own question, gather your thoughts. That says 3, but it's actually 4. Hold on, Jennifer. You're on, Jennifer.
Okay. Leadership is standing up for those who don't have a stance. Leadership is creating a space for those people who are unheard. Back when I was in college, I noticed that there was not a space for people who wanted to be dentists, a pre-dental club. And so I decided to take initiative and create a space for our community of people who wanted to be dentists. So I had to register for this pre-dental club to be an organization on campus, and I gave a big presentation and I passed, and they created the organization, and I was very proud that I created a space for people who wanted to be dentists. And just imagine if you were a leader. What would you want to do to show true leadership? I say, never give up to being a leader. Thank you for your time today so much.
All right. So what we're gonna do this week that we haven't done in weeks past is we're gonna give you the feedback right now. The feedback is coming now. So let's take the opportunity. If you have feedback for Jennifer, let's give Jennifer her feedback now. So I'll start out with Jennifer. I see that you replaced your laugh with the smacking of your lips this week. That awkward laugh that you had last week, you replaced it with an awkward this week, right? So I want to remind everyone what you talked about, which is what does true leadership look like in today's world? Any other feedback for Jennifer? And I'll come back to mine.
Yeah, coach, you act. I think we all would have probably had the same feedback. You already took it. The smacking. Jennifer starts off. I love how the content. She has some strong points. She started off with two. I only got one. She says leadership is standing up for those who don't have the ability to take a stance for themselves. I thought that was a powerful point. Then she said something else, and she was flowing. And instead of just pausing to gather herself, is when she said, smack, 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 smack. But the content is there. Jennifer knows what she's doing. I think it's something going on with her confidence. But Jennifer, you got what it takes. I want to encourage you. You got what it takes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Jennifer, I'll say that I really felt as though your talking was well timed. You were, when you came out, you were slow, you were clear, and you were concise. And I thought you did an excellent job in that regard. I also enjoyed how you led into your topic and then your personal story tied into that topic. You didn't go, when you said leadership, my mind went 100 different places, but yours didn't. It was very concise. And I think you did a good job there.
Yeah, and so and that's I want to piggyback on what both Robert and Nina said because here's the truth. The truth is, in all of our lives, no matter what topic you are hit with, if you take time to process, you have a story that you can connect with it. And the best speakers are able to speak because they have stories. People relate to stories. Now, I've never went the traditional college route, right? Uh, I never joined an organization, had to start it and found it and all of that, right? But you did. And so if you would have talked about, hey, there wasn't an organization for us, I had to found it. Founding it meant 1, 2, 3 out the door. Thank you all for your time, right? So you could have went deeper into what that process looked like, just deeper. So we know you had to found it. We know the club came about because you said it. But what if you would have said founding was easier than I imagined or more difficult than I imagined? If it was more difficult, what made it difficult? If it was easier, what were you expecting and what was your out? What were you expecting and what did you actually get? We, as your audience, we can follow that. So if you just said, "Hey, founding the club was more difficult than I founding the club was more difficult than I imagined." I thought you say you want to be in a club, you got to find people who want to be in that club, and you're a club. But the university didn't see it that way, right? You see how that works? So you flow that way, like that. Stories are always good. Always make connections with story. And thank you, Jennifer, for going first. Now turn your mind Turn your mind, Jennifer, to that speech you gave Sunday because we want to hear you. It'll be after Robert and Nina, but we want to hear it, and I'll set you up for that and what you did and how you did and how you passed. All right. Now, Robert, Nina, which one of you want to go next? You muted,
Um,
Robert.
I
Okay,
was
I
gonna say I
guess.
can. Go ahead,
Nina,
Oh,
Robert.
no, Nina said she was going next. You snooze, you lose.
Really? I
Okay,
don't
go
know
ahead.
if I got it all the way out.
Go ahead, Robert. Go ahead. Go ahead, Robert. What number you want, Robert?
let me see. Since I guess I'll try that five. See what that five do.
Oh Lord. There's your minute. I don't know why my questions say off, but that's number 5, trust me. So Robert, when you come back on and you see your face, that means it's time for you to go.
Okay. Imagine being a talented employee for a prestigious company, understanding that you have more talent than most of your peers, yet you keep getting overlooked for promotion. Have you ever been in a place where you felt like you were just as qualified, if not more qualified, than the person that passed you over for the promotion that you so desperately wanted? Well, it's in my opinion, I'd like to offer to you this piece of information. I believe that hard work trumps talent every time and in every situation. On the job where I am now, I recently got promoted within the last year to the position that I hold right now. There were a lot of candidates who put in for the position who were more talented than I was and had more seniority, but I got the promotion. And I can remember it like it was yesterday when I put in for the promotion and all the senior guys started hearing about it. The one constant that I kept receiving was, "You'll never get it." And it wasn't just my peers who told me I couldn't get it. There were several managers who said the same thing. But I knew that upper management saw something in me that they didn't see in everyone else. And it was hard work. Because of the hard work and my effort and wanting to do my job and wanting to excel and exceed at my last position, when the bids were posted, everyone was surprised except for the one guy who got the promotion. That's me. Never shocked me for one moment. So when the question is asked, what is better, hard work or talent? In every situation and every time, I say hard work.
Boy, you getting good. Boy, you
I'm
getting
trying
good.
my best. I'm trying
Boy.
my best here.
All right, y'all give Robert his
Man,
feedback. God dog.
Robert, you did such a good job. I'm trying to get like you. I loved how
Y'all,
you said, imagine this. Like you were connecting with people, making them feel like they were in the story. And I loved how you were like hard work trumps talent. Um, and then you shared how there were some haters. You had some haters, like they didn't want you to get it.
yeah.
And then you tied it back into hard work, and I thought that was awesome. My one critique is that you went overtime.
You did. You did. You did. By 7 seconds. You did. But it's okay. Nina, you have anything for Robert?
No, just I thought that you did really, really great. I enjoyed your story. I especially loved your point that around knowing someone who is less talented than you getting promoted. We all can relate to that point. I thought that had some extreme relatability to it, and it immediately drew me into that situation. Was it my attitude that stopped me from getting promoted? Because I know I have more talent, right? Like, I loved how you drew us in.
Yeah. Robert, I said last week was your best week. This week was your best week. Uh, your pacing, your vocal variety. And so, Jennifer, I just want to drop down to Jennifer. Rob went deep. Rob went deep on talent versus hard work. And every example he gave, it was the example of being promoted because of hard work. He talked about his peers said he wasn't going to get it. But not only was his peers said he wasn't going to get it, upper management said he wasn't going to get it. But someone saw something in him, which was the hard work. And then he messed up. It wasn't when the bids came out. The bid is what you actually bidded on. When the results were in, everyone was surprised except one person. That was me. That you killed that. You killed that. And if you just would have stopped right there was no need for you to reiterate what's more important, hard work, or if you would have stopped right there, the message would have been golden, right? Because everyone was surprised when the results came out, except one person. And I wouldn't even say that one person was me. I'd have just said except for one person, because our minds was there already, right? We were already there. See, there's an art to telling a story. So another thing that this helps you too is it helps you take out unnecessary stuff, because you got to deliver everything you got to deliver in 2 minutes, right? And so if you'd have cut off one guy, you'd have been under time and not 7 seconds over time. All right, Nina, you are up. What number would you like?
I'll take number 9.
Number 9. This better not say 8. I don't know what's going on. All right, there's number 9. All right, Nina, you're up.
When asked the question, should there be a limit to how much wealth one person can have, I say no. Now, I know that response can be extremely controversial, right? Especially in the environment that we live in, where we have the extremely wealthy and those who are in extreme poverty. But let me say this, I come from an extremely large family. I have a mother who was one of 10, and I have a father who was one of 12. This makes for a huge family. And one of the things that saddens me the most is that the opportunity to really build generational wealth with a family of that size is extremely difficult. So, to limit how much wealth one person can have, to me, provides an extreme injustice because we don't know everyone's story. We don't know everyone's family dynamic and how they want to spend that money. So I think that it's important that when we're thinking about wealth, we have to also think about how a person will utilize that wealth. I can appreciate the philanthropy that millionaires and billionaires utilize. But from my personal standpoint, one thing that I wish I could have seen in my lifetime, as well as within my family, is that opportunity to build generational wealth and have enough of that to pass down to those whom I deeply care and love about. Thank you for your time.
All right, let's give Nina some feedback. I call you Madam President so much they may not even know your name. Her name is Nina. Okay, her name is Nina.
I think you did
Nina was
amazing. Oh, go ahead, go ahead. Oh, okay.
go,
I think
Jan.
you did amazing. You came off the bat with letting us know your stance on the topic. I loved how you talked about, you have a big family. You went into some details about that, and then I love the part when you said, we don't know everybody's stories, so we can't be cutting off people. And then also, what you're talking about, you want to pass it down to your kids, generational wealth. So I feel like you did go deep and not wide.
Yeah. Nina was good. Nina gave, first of all, let me say this. From last week to this week, just 1 week. This is a different person. Who is this Nina? This was good. She gave her point. She told us from the jump, this is my stance. And then she jumped into her reason why this is my stance. I enjoyed that. And she's very articulate. I liked her pacing. She wasn't too fast, wasn't too slow. I loved it. And she really pulled me in when she started talking about her parents' family sizes. Because I thought about my own parents.
Yep.
One of them is one of 10, I believe she said, and the other is one of 12. We need wealth so we can have generational money to pass down. I was impressed. I liked it.
I want to say
Hmm.
one. I want to say one. 7 days make a difference. Don't ever let anybody tell you that 7 days. You didn't huh?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't have any filler words this week. Not one. Not one. And Robert was there counting. You didn't have one filler word this week. You finished early this week. You went deep this week. When you
Mm-hmm.
started talking about your family, and this is the power of stories, people. My mama is one of 13. My daddy is one of 11. So when
Mm-hmm.
you didn't just say I came from a large family. You said my mama got one of 10. My daddy is one. You let us know. No, this is large, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
when you tell the story, you were able to bring me in and think about my family. You was able to bring Rob in and think about his family, right? And so that's the power of what a story does. You went deep. So you didn't say I think it should be limited, but on the other hand, it shouldn't be. No, you stay right where you were. Why? Because at
Mm-hmm.
the end, I want my babies to have some money. That was
Mm-hmm.
good. So, you all I can say is there'll be times, there'll be weeks that everybody can't show up. Um, but you can see that showing up has been you. I don't mean any harm, Nina. You should have heard Robert's first thing 4 weeks ago. I hope he don't mind me saying this. We was ready to
Not at
take out,
all.
we was ready to take out the trash.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have a piece of feedback for you though, Lena. I do have a piece of feedback. Constructive criticism. You didn't make eye contact with the camera often, right? You
Oh, well, see, I'm looking right at, I don't, maybe it's my camera angle. Okay.
so it to us it looked like you were looking up. So
Oh,
so
because
look at your
my camera's up here. It's on top
that's
of my screen up here.
that's why. So for
Okay.
us,
Okay.
look straight in front of you, Nina, not at your camera. Look at the computer. For us, when you doing
Okay.
this, look at the computer,
Look at the
right?
computer. Okay. Not at
Because
the camera. Okay.
because it was like you were looking up, and I was like, "It's
Mm-hmm.
Stevie Wonder in the room."
No, I was looking at the camera, or what I
Yeah,
thought was
yeah.
the camera.
Good,
Okay,
good.
okay.
So now we know. So now we know that you were making eye contact. It was just the position of the camera. But Nina,
Yeah.
here in Chicago, I want to say in Illinois, we're very, very fortunate. And I know you all have Toastmasters where you are, but we have two, not one, but we have two professional Toastmasters. These Toastmasters, you have people in there, like one of my friends who introduced me to it. He's making a ton of money. Uh, you have people in there, and everyone in here is a professional speaker. They may have a 9 to 5, but they also get paid for speaking. They have a, what do you call it? They bivocational, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in this Toastmasters group, you have to audition to get into the Toastmasters group. We don't care anything about your feelings, right? If you don't pass the audition, you can't get into this Toastmaster. And so there are certain criteria that you have to answer: who you are, what will you add to the club, and how will you benefit from the club, so to speak. I'm paraphrasing it. And so our newest member, although I wasn't there Sunday, our newest member is Jennifer. And I was unable to hear Jennifer's speech. So, Jennifer, take us away.
All right. I have not practiced this in like over a week, but
Hold on, stop, stop,
give me grace.
stop. No,
Give me
stop.
grace. Give me grace.
No grace will be given today. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. You start out at a disadvantage when you start making excuses. The speech was 7 days ago. No, not even 7 days ago. 4 days ago. Let's go, Jennifer.
I can imagine you know someone with a mental illness. Sometimes I feel like a nut, and sometimes I don't. My name is Jennifer Pierce, and I've been living with bipolar disorder for over a decade. For many years, I kept quiet because I was ashamed, and I didn't see anyone openly talking about it. I've also never seen anyone confidently own their bipolar disorder on stage to empower others and to educate them. There's still a lot of silence, misunderstanding, and stigma surrounding bipolar disorder. People often whisper about it, they joke about it, or they avoid the topic altogether. I know my purpose now. I want to be the person that changes that. I want to use my voice and share my story to break the stigma around mental health. My keynote topic will be about mental health. I want to take this heavy topic and turn it into an empowering conversation, one that brings hope, courage, connection, and even humor. The club can best help me reach my goals by providing me with the structure, accountability, and the feedback that I need to grow my keynote speech. I thrive on feedback. I want that real, honest, constructive feedback that's going to stretch me and challenge me to grow with my keynote and my delivery. The club's consistency will keep me accountable and help me keep track of my progress over time, making sure that I'm committed to improving. Another way the club can help me reach my goals is by giving me the confidence I need to be an MC and with event leadership. I want to master timing, I want to master transition, and I want to master stage presence. The aspects of the club that will be most beneficial to me is expanding my network and connecting me with other speakers like yourselves, and that can potentially open doors for me to get invitations to speak or collaborative gigs. I can benefit from the structure of the club. I think that the roles, the agendas, the time limits will keep me disciplined and accountable and keep me fully engaged as a member. I also believe that hearing other people speak will show me different styles and techniques about speaking that may be able to help me with my own keynote speech. What I can offer the club is active engagement and reliability. I am committed to showing up consistently, taking on roles, stepping up to the plate, taking initiative. I also am a very dependable person. Don't ever hesitate to ask me something, because when I commit to something, I follow through every time. I can also help with event logistics like printing, preparation for the meeting, setting up for the meeting. I can also help with marketing and design. I have a background in designing things, so I can help create flyers. I can help with promotional materials, and I can also help with social media content. A little bit about myself is I'm from the Chicagoland area, and I have experience in both elementary education and adult education. And for a while, I actually wrestled with what my keynote speech would be about. At first, I thought it would be career readiness, because that is what I've been teaching for 2 years. And then I thought, no, that doesn't really connect with me. Then I thought resiliency, because I had overcome a lot, but that also didn't feel like my true message. So I asked the universe for a sign. And that sign came on April 5th, where I had a manic episode that nearly took my life. And that's when it clicked. I should be doing my keynote on mental health. Thank you so much for your time.
I'm so proud of you.
That was from the memory. That was from the dome.
I'm so proud of you. Well, I want everyone to know this. My wife asked me this the other day, this week, maybe 2 days, 3 days ago. She says, "Hey, are you ever nervous when you go on stage?" I said, "Every single time."
Mm-hmm.
What?
The difference between me and you, Jennifer, is I'll never get on stage and tell somebody I'm nervous. I'll never get on stage and say, I forgot my speech. Because guess what? Don't nobody there know my speech. Don't nobody, don't know. The only person who knows what's supposed to come next is you. And that's why this impromptu, I never want you all to get on stage and wing anything, ever. You are, Nina, Nina, I train about 20 people, right? And so I tell them that everybody wants to get on the stage, but the stage is just the end result of hard work, right? And so there's so many things that you do before you get on stage. Like for me, for instance, I practice 1 hour for every minute I'm going to be on stage. So if I'm going to do a 60-minute keynote, you better believe I don't rehearse this keynote for 60 hours, right?
Wow.
That's the difference between me and a lot of people. I never wing it. But even in all of that rehearsal, I still get on stage and sometimes I can't remember what the next line is. But guess what? Nobody know what the next line is. And so I'm able to switch directions, pause, come back, and pick up where I left off and continue going down the street. And so that's why this impromptu will help you in times when you don't know that you're supposed to speak and you're called upon to say something or give remarks. And then it'll help when it's time for you to fill a gap between lost memory and replacing I don't know what to say. Impromptu should kick right in there until your mouth catches up, or your mind catches up with your mouth, right? Because it's mind. Because when And the more you practice, and some people tell me, hey, I don't want to practice because I'm going to sound rehearsed. No, no, no. You sound rehearsed because you haven't practiced enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
The more you practice, the more that robotic style leaves, and it starts to feel natural because you've practiced so much over and over. You said the same thing. I go line, as the Bible says, I go line upon line and precept upon precept. I do like I go like I now for my keynote, I probably have 1,000 hours of practice. I really don't practice anymore. Ironically, I haven't spoken a week and a half, and I just told Rob before you all got on. Monday, I speak Friday and Saturday, one in Richmond, one in Denver. I start practice Monday as if I've never delivered this speech again. So from Monday to Friday when I get up, I can guarantee you I will have practiced at least 10 hours, maybe 15, 20. Now, this is a keynote that I've given 100 times, 100,
Mm-hmm.
100 plus times. But this week and a
Mm.
half off makes me rusty. So now I have to now I have to get back into the mode. Because I even practice where I'm gonna stand at when I tell certain stuff. So that's just me. So you all keep up the good work, Jennifer. You did a phenomenal job. And also, Nina, you are able to. We meet at Toastmasters. I don't go all the time. They faithful. They gonna revoke. They gonna revoke my membership. Uh, but it's online too. So, but it's every other Sunday night from 6 p.m. to like 8:30, 9 o'clock. But they're really, really good and things of that nature. But I'm not gonna prolong the time. I thank you all for showing up. Invite people. This is open. Nina, the link that I put on there today
Uh-huh.
should remain the same every week. I'm trying not to change it anymore. I didn't know it could be, excuse me, unchangeable until I did a little research. So I'm trying not to. Now, let me ask you all this. Did you all like when you were speaking, it was a big U like this for Jennifer?
Yeah, no, I think it does help to focus. Can I just say I commend you on your practice skills? I wing it all the time.
Don't
Like
wing
I realize, I'm just gonna be transparent. But I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna work on that, Curtis.
it.
Uh,
Especially in your new role.
right,
In your
right.
new,
Yeah,
see,
I hear you. I hear you. And Jennifer, I want to say that you say ax instead of ask. Like over pronunciate your S. Ask
Okay.
instead of ask.
Okay. Thank you.
Like you're
oh,
talking
oh, oh,
somebody down.
okay. And if we're going to go there, you say health instead of health. You say mental health.
Mm,
You say mental health with an
Oh
F.
yeah, I missed that one completely. Yeah.
Mental health.
mm.
It's mental health.
Curtis, you never winged it? That kills me. I'm sorry. I'm so
No,
blown away by that. Okay.
no, no. So here, Nina, here's where practice comes in at. I tell it so much till it feels like I'm winging it. That's practice. It takes a lot of practice. But if you notice, Nina, when I speak for you, I know when to stop when the people gonna laugh, right? And I never cut off. When you wing it, you'll either step on your laugh, cut the laugh short, and all of that, because you don't know that they were gonna laugh right there, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
for me, even when I practice, even when I'm practicing by myself, say my wife is not home. When I practice by myself, I pause enough. I know what a room, how long a laugh gonna how long a laugh is going to last in a room of 50 people. I know how long a laugh is going to linger in a room of 5,000 people, and I will
Mm.
pause for that length of time when I'm practicing for that particular audience.
How do you do this for when you have a co-presenter? I often co-present or co-teach, and
S- s-
like, how do you make them practice? How do you do
So,
this?
you see that black box above your head, Nina?
Yes.
That person's name is Vincent. He has a co-presenter named Brian. I train them. You gotta practice with your co-presenter, and I'm not talking about on Zoom. Y'all gotta be in the same room at the same time, else you can't present with me. So I do this big.
Mm.
I do this big, and we looking for sponsors too. You be looking for sponsors too. So I'm talking to the wrong person, but we do this professional development. So I used to be a teacher. Vincent and Brian are educators. Lady Sophia, who was on last week, is an educator, and we flew in a comedian who's an educator from Houston. I had to hear everybody's stuff. You just don't. It was my event. You just can't get on my stage. I need to hear it. I gotta hear it. I gotta know that you're not up here winging it. And so if I hear it, what I'm really good at, Nina, is if I hear it, I can tell you how to improve it. If I hear it,
Mhm.
I can tell
Mm-hmm.
you, like, put this here. So
Facts.
like for Jennifer, I would have led with April 5th. I would have led with April 5th because it was the most
Mm-hmm.
powerful thing you said. I'd have got on stage and I'd have got on stage and did this. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Mounds have nuts, and Almond Joy has nuts, and Mounds don't.
Mounds don't.
Everybody 40, 45 and older going, we know it. Now, from there, I'd have been like, I'd have went from there to my April 5th story. I had no idea what I was going to talk about, what was going to be my keynote topic. But in times of uncertainty, I believe that the universe will give you something to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
There I was on April 5th, not the 1st, not the 2nd, not the 3rd, not the 4th, but the 5th. I was sitting in the hospital room from a manic episode that almost took my life. See that?
Wow.
Every
Mm.
pause is now. Then I'm winging because I'm helping you, but every pause is deliberate. I want you to hang on to every word. Now, when you say I almost took my life, everybody leaning in now because they want
Mm-hmm.
to know
Mm.
how. Boom. So that's just me. But thank you all so much. You all have a fantastic evening. If you need me, I'm here. Anybody got any speaking engagements coming up?
I do.
When?
I speak Tuesday to a room full of transportation officials on a panel for which I do not have the questions. I will be winging it.
So that's not necessarily winging it. So being on a panel for which you don't have the question is not necessarily winging it, right? I'm talking about what I'm talking about is you on the program to speak. You're not like Mr. Brown and say they put me on the program. No, that's what I'm talking about winging it. Like Nina, when you have your conference next year that you will have dedicated time to address the people that's in the audience. You know
Yes.
this, right? So there's no reason that you shouldn't be working on that right now.
Oh,
There's
goodness.
no reason you shouldn't be working on that right now. You could have it written out, you could have a script, and I teach my people how to script in 5 parts. So on Monday you study one part, Tuesday you study another, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday you do the whole thing all together, right? So you script in parts. So when you get up on Monday, you just reading Monday's script. You're memorizing Monday's script, and you're gonna do it over and over and over. By the time you're done with Monday, you should know how long. So my opening takes 10 minutes. If I get up and I do an opening in 9 minutes, I've done something wrong. If I do an opening in 11 minutes, I've done something wrong. Nina, if my opening takes 10 minutes and 15 seconds, I have done something wrong. That's how well I know my opening. That's how well I know
Mm-hmm.
certain parts of my speech. So I want to challenge you to start writing out because your conference is coming. And ladies, gentlemen, when I say conference, we ain't talking about no 100 people. We're not talking
Right.
about 100 people. We're talking about 900 plus people, right? Now imagine
Mm.
getting up at 900 people talking about, I'm just going to wing it for 7 minutes. No! Hey, listen, this will be if I were you, this would be your first official presidential. They'll think Barack Obama was in that room.
Right.
Well, not
Mm.
Barack because he's a man, but you know what I'm talking about.
I hear
They
you.
that shows that is your state of the association
Union.
address. No, she's
Yes.
an
Okay.
association. That's your state
Okay.
of the association address, and you should kill it.
Okay.
All
You've
right.
given me a lot because I didn't even consider it wasn't even on my radar. So you've given me a lot to think about, and I will start working on that.
Good. See you all next week. Peace.
Okay, thank you.
Peace. Bye.